All right. So this is something you sent to us.
Yeah.
Did it again. I saw this on my social medias and I was like, we definitely talk about that. But I forgot to send it. All right. Nope. This right here. All right.
You got like 10 seconds to open up this door. I swear to God, I'm gonna break this up. 10. Open this fucking door. I'll call my mom. Call my mom. Bitch, I been knew how to count out. Choke 4 out of that. Dad do that. You can open the door. Bitch, my mom say I'm gonna open up this door because I'm not playing. All I fucking know is y'all better open it. I'm not playing. You know how to count. You have hands. Open the door. Open up this door before we break this bitch. Break it.
Wait, I didn't see that part. You tried to pull it open?
Yeah.
I'm gonna break some up in this bitch. On God, I'm gonna. You guys must be dumb. I would like that fight with y'all. Do not play with it. You do not like that, but you can't open the door. Do not play with it. Open this door, I'll trash it. You can open it. I will trash this on. I'm closed. All right, we're sorry. Open this door.
All right, so people are saying I'm calling my mama while shopping lifting is wild. SMFH, parents bought outside waiting as the getaway driver. Oh, wow. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
All right, now, brother. I mean, you obviously could tell his learned behavior. Um, given, you see the one with the little green Grinch robe on.
Yeah.
You know, he acts like a little female.
Yeah, I saw the hip hop.
I'm not, trying to rag on no kids, but he talks like a little female. You know, you can kind of tell even by his movements. This is something is learned behavior. So, the whole video smells like pea and syrup. The whole video, pea and syrup.
Yeah, man. I was that like, man, this is it's wild, man. Cultivate said they're currently being raised by a woman, ratchet women. Where are the men in their lives? Hashtag zesty.
Yeah. It was a video that came after. I think it was their sister kind of spoke on their behalf. I mean, she didn't make any sense either.
At all. At all. I wish the thing about this is like when I see this stuff, I want to grab a link and send it so we can have it ready and all that. But I listen to this stuff while I'm moving around a lot. So I never get around to, well, I don't say never, but by the time I'm sitting down, I don't forgot that I wanted to talk about it.
Right.
So, yeah, man, Cultivate said the right thing. Desiree was good.
Desiree, what's happening?
What's up? So, Cultivate said the right thing. Where is the father?
Right.
Where's the masculinity? And it, man, that just it's cringy. It's cringy, man. It's like why what is going on in this whole family dynamic that these three, I think they're all siblings, right?
Yeah. I think they're all raised in the same house. I don't know if they're all siblings, but yeah.
Yeah, like what is going on in this family dynamic to where this is deemed as acceptable behavior? And then it's like, in one hand, we don't like talking about okay, I'll say this on the internet in particular, don't like talking about black families, black issues, black kids, black people. But at the same time, this stuff keeps coming out. You want to think better, which of course there is better out there. There is, obviously not everybody's talking like this. But a lot of people, in many ways, people are defined by the worst of their culture. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean the negative is always going to outshine the light a lot of times. If you ever, I mean, maybe we talked about it before, but you leave a Google review, right? You're more likely to leave a Google review for a negative something negatively affecting you or negatively happening to you at a restaurant or something. So um, I think obviously it's going to be something you're definitely going to what I want to say. Yeah, negative is going to definitely outshine the light as far as or something like this.
Yeah, man. That's a condition of us as humans, right? It's just people are just more drawn to negativity.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
People are just more drawn to negativity, and it's just an unfortunate thing about people. And it's the negativity is always going to draw more attention, and the more positive stuff, the stuff that people really need to see and really need to hear, never really hear about it. So when I was watching this video, I wanted to take my belt off. And that's another thing to think about the situation with, in my opinion. I am all for disciplinary. The corporal punishment is what it's called. I am all for it. On the flip side, we have people out here that believe in sparing the rod. They literally would call the police on a parent if they know that their parent is giving them corporal punishment, is whooping them. So how does that dynamic work? Like, how do you figure it out? I think the ultimate thing for me is do it and don't put it on the internet, because that's the real thing that people have an issue with. That's the real thing, because I'm all for corporal punishment, but I also don't want to see you doing that to your child. You got anything else? Because Mom just called and give me a second. Cultivate said hand space is a belt. For real. I'm the disciplinarian for real.
No, you let's spaces talk.
Hmm?
I mean, mom, my bad. Spaces. Yeah, yeah, they need an ass whooping, man. But it might be too late. I don't want to. I want to give up on the kids, but sometimes, like you see things like that happening. It might be too late.
I want to give up on it.
All right. Ma, you there?
Yeah,
all right. You got whatever's in your background. You got to turn it down. It's echoing.
okay.
You want the link? Because I can drop the link.
Oh, for me to just join?
Yeah.
Yeah, drop it.
All right. Give me a minute.
Yeah, I'll get off for like 10, 20 minutes.
All right.
All right.
Hold up. Give me a second. Let me send the link. Here it is. Okay. Right here. All right, Mom, there you go. Whenever you're ready. But yeah, man, I'm to reiterate, I'm definitely like you said, it's too late, right? Or it may be too late.
It may be, yeah.
So you think just do you think there should be, and I think I've been thinking about this for a while. Do you think there should be a hamster dam in real life?
I think there are some, something like Amsterdam. I feel like, without calling it Amsterdam or whatever, like the places to go where they can, sell drugs or do illicit activities, in the open market without, any repercussion, basically, right? And they know where not to go, right? So let's use the west side of Chicago, for example.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, the people know, don't cross Austin with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, and if you do cross Austin, because sometimes it does kind of spill over, but it's kind of harsh repercussions real quick. Like, Oak Park is going to get them together real quick.
Right.
So, and not to call, the West Side Amsterdam, but, I feel like we know the particular places that's probably going to be, overran with drugs and stuff. Like, out west as well, Madison and Springfield. Like that's an open market. Like they literally hand drugs to people as you driving past.
Okay.
Yeah.
Desiree has a question.
Yeah.
Is South side of Chicago safer than the west side?
The south side is so much bigger than the west side of Chicago. The south side of Chicago encompasses about 60% of the city. So
Yo,
what's going on, y'all?
So the south side encompasses about 60% of the city. And so they have vastly different type of neighborhoods where the south side has buildings, but then it also has single family homes and stuff like that. So with the single family homes, a lot of times you get a little bit more safer communities. The west side is all some people compare it to like Harlem or some shit like that. That's what I've heard. But from my experience, living in both of them, I mean, they both could be dangerous. I mean, but I feel like again, the people on the west side, just the people themselves, are a lot more down to earth people. They're a lot more down to earth, and the people on the south side, a lot of times, are a bit more, call them bougie.
Yeah. So yeah, I think. So you're saying is overall is hit or miss?
Yeah, safety. I mean, but if you go to heyjackass.com real quick. heyjackass.com.
Hey, boy, I thought your ass was playing. Hey, jackass.com.
Right. So this is the city of Chicago.
Let me show it to him real quick.
Right.
All right.
So they can see this, right? So you got
Yeah.
years total homicides. We had 260. Right. Hit that map right there. The map on the right, lower right there, Chicago map. So if you can see, the west side is all in red, basically outside of West Town, right? And then Austin neighborhood. Austin neighborhood has the most amount of people in the neighborhood, the different 77 neighborhoods in Chicago. Austin has the most as far as population, right? But then the south side neighborhoods, they really get the most notoriety. Well, I wouldn't call it notoriety, but the
media attention.
Media attention is going to be your Inglewood, right? So you got Inglewood, Chatham starting to, well, Chatham's not doing too bad actually. And then Roseland and stuff like that. So again, I think the density or population density of the west side also kind of breeds that, violence against each other. But you can tell basically everything this line here, that's I-55, right? So everything south of that is considered the south side. So you can see it's way more blue than if the line going straight up, right? Yeah. Everything that's the west side, right? They're basically all the red in West Town.
Oh, okay.
Right. So you see how big what's considered the south side is compared to the west side. Oh, and then of course, you got a little village and a little west side and stuff like that. But, yeah.
All right, Ma, what you got on it, bro? Are you there? Or?
Yeah, I'm still here. No, what I was gonna say is like you and Josh was talking, you and Jerry, they was talking about how we get the worst of it because I think both of y'all was agreeing that the worst they glorify the worst of every group, and I don't think that's really true. I think I agree to disagree with y'all because we get it the worst. We always like. Everything they got to say about us is the worst, but when they talk about any other group, it's the best. How they stick together, how they do this. They don't say that they do all that other shit too. They don't say anything about all that stuff too. They just always say it about us.
No, I was saying I agree that the worst of our group is always, obviously if you're in a dominant society, they're not going to highlight the low light, the people in, they're blue collar people or they're low income people. They're not going to do that. Right. Okay. So, but they will make sure that, black people and even Hispanics, the worst of the Hispanics as well. I normally don't like to do that, but to make sure that we're the ones shown in a negative light.
Yeah. What's up, too, Cultivator? I saw that down there. But yeah, that's the only thing I say. We get like the worst of it. Like we don't never get the benefit of the doubt. Like all of us is doing that shit. It's only like, okay, we 13% of the population, but I'll give maybe 2 to 3% are out here just straight doing bullshit. The rest of the people don't like them neither. Like we try to go to work every day. Like you can't tell me in our friend group that we know a majority of us is out here on bullshit. Majority of the people that we hang with go to work every day, good fathers, try to pay their taxes, don't do shit wrong. We do everything we're supposed to do. Now, do we know a couple knuckleheads that we drive past and we used to, like you back in the day or something? Yeah, that's probably is the truth. But I can't sit up there and say, that's why I don't like really saying, I'm like, not saying that all of us is out here doing good and all that shit. No, I'm not saying we all the best. No. But majority of us are out here trying to do our best to do what we need to do and try to get that stigma up off us. It's not a majority of us out here that's doing fucked up shit and that's doing like bad things and that's doing people trying to harm people, trying to scam people and all that shit. No, that's not a majority of us.
Right. Yeah.
Because we work for companies that we see every day. People come to work every day that do the best that they could. They don't ask, no, they don't be out here begging. They just work hard. And sometimes it's not enough, but I just don't like it how a lot of times they try to put the worst of us, they try to group us with the worst of us. Like we all are like that. We're not. And we have a lot of black people that do that shit. Like this black fatigue shit. No, that's just a small percentage. Everybody's not on social media. Everybody's not out here, blasting their lives. No, it's a couple ignorant people in every group. But why do we get the worst of us like done that? Like we get like you just shot. I didn't see the whole video, but I heard some of it while I was in the background or whatnot like that. But like we're gonna say that's not all of us. It's people out here, it's mothers out here that then probably fucked up 2 or 3 times that have got 2 or 3 baby daddies. But I promise you, they go to work, they try to do everything they can for their kids. They try to do the best that they can. Not saying that they can't do more, but they doing the best that they can. That don't mean they fucked up people. That just mean they had a couple bad decisions. So I don't really like it when they try to group us together with the worst of us. Like, no, it's not. That's not the case. It's a lot of black people out here that don't want you bringing their property value down, that don't want to be around them niggas neither. It's just a simple fact, but it is what it is. But we still gonna get grouped with them. That's just my take.
Do you think there should be a Amsterdam in real life? By the way, for people who haven't watched The Wire, Amsterdam was basically where the police and the community took all of the people doing the crime, all the people doing drugs, and put them in one particular section of, I forget where did that take place?
That was in Baltimore.
Baltimore, in one particular corner or neighborhood or a few blocks of Baltimore. So that's what I was asking. Like, should Amsterdam happen in real life? Should we have a real life Amsterdam to section off all of the people that do the worst things in society?
I don't know about that, and because it is, bro. We all okay. I think motherfuckers need to start telling on people because we are everyday working citizens. Like, motherfuckers know their kids out here doing crazy shit. Motherfuckers know their uncles out here doing all this crazy shit, but ain't nobody willing to point them motherfuckers out because we got this stupid ass shit called the no snitch policy or the no snitch rule. Nigga, you was an everyday Biden citizen, like John DXPX say, like nigga, he a child of God. We everyday Biden citizens or whatever he's like. What you talking about? No snitching. You pay taxes. What the fuck are you nigga? What you helping pay for a prison? What are you talking about? So you sitting up here talking about we're not snitching. We know some of our family members out here doing this crazy shit in these communities, and we need to. Like, I'm not sitting up here saying every little thing, but no, if he's terrorizing the community, if he's out here selling drugs, he's out here got a couple bodies under his belt where he killed people. We need to start pointing these people out. Mm-hmm. These people need to start getting the fuck from around us.
If I were to, just kind of interject to what you're saying, I think the issue is, right, let's just use, King Von for an example, right?
Yeah.
He and his crew, they used to kind of terrorize whatever neighborhoods, the adjacent 63rd, 64, whatever the fuck. And those guys are kind of responsible because you can have a lot of different people, right, or a person within one neighborhood that's responsible for a lot of the shootings, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not a whole bunch of, it might look as if there's a whole bunch of gang members, kind of battling, but it's really like they only have like 1 or 2 shooters, and the shooters is responsible but really, you know, the murders or whatever that's taking place within these neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of, I find it just kind of interesting. But you know, just real quick, one of the things that I had noticed when I was in Boston, just yesterday, is, and for anybody who hadn't been to Boston before, this is my second time going, and Boston is a hustling, bustling city. You know what I mean? It's a metropolis. You know, they got shit going on. And what I noticed was there weren't any, you know, what we call quote unquote YNs. I said, damn, well, all the YNs. You know, because clearly, I mean, it's money out there. Boston is a rich area. And we were again a posh part of town. And in Chicago, it seems like the police let the YNs run them up. And we went later on. We went to the area called Roxbury. That's where Bobby Brown and them from, New Edition and stuff. Went to that area. That's dominated now by a lot of Dominicans, but
Cool. They be
you can
taking
definitely tell it was the hood. So why is it that, you know, our YNs are comfortable going downtown, tearing up shit, terrorizing people, you know, shooting at each other, shooting at people? Why is that okay? Is it because there's no repercussion, no ramification behind it? Because again, what you're saying, and I just kind of bring it full circle about when you know, you live in the community and you're telling on these people, the issue is these boys ain't never going down for bodies, right? Nobody like the King Von and them, yeah, they'll arrest them, but then like these niggas beat like 3-4 murders. I know y'all ain't got no bread like that. This is before you were even a rapper. How do you beat 3-4 murders?
Yeah, witnesses
Let
coming
these
up
type
missing
of,
and
to
shit,
me,
though.
these are parasites, you know, that they let back into the community. And
Probably do it on
allow,
purpose.
right, they allow them to run amok within the community, to cause the chaos, to cause the property values to go down. Right?
But
We were in Cambridge, bro. Do you know how much we redfin this shit? You know how much a 1,000 square foot crib was costing in Cambridge?
probably a couple of them and M.
2 M's,
Uh,
1.5. You know, like it's not really hitting on shit. Like, I mean, it looked nice, it looked decent or whatever, but it's not like you don't get no space, you don't get anything.
you don't
And
get no space.
y'all want $2 million for 500 square feet. The fuck out of here.
But
But
you
I didn't see no YNs running around either.
but you know what it is though too. It became because like we can go all the way back to the root. You know how motherfuckers be like, man, my parents was like this. I ain't gonna do this to my kids. My parents was like that. I ain't gonna do that to my kids. Bro, to be honest with you, I don't think our parents was that bad. A lot of us is not in fucking jail. Nigga, you might got a little bit of trauma or whatever like that, but nigga, that trauma kept your ass out of prison. You feel me? So I don't think that our mothers and our fathers did that bad of a job at all. To me, I think we should take 80 to 90% of that shit that they did to us and do it to these kids now. Motherfuckers maybe are straighten up and tighten up.
And yeah, I think
motherfuckers steady talking about you can't say nothing to my kid, you can't say nothing to this kid, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't tell my kid nothing, come tell me. Like, bro, as long as you ain't over here sitting over here abusing a motherfucking kid, you can tell a motherfucker, hey, don't do that, bro, that ain't cool. And then if you go tell their mama ain't gonna do shit no way. To be honest with you, you gonna have to whack, you might as well go in that whole bloodline. They ain't gonna do shit but keep doing this same shit anyway. Motherfucker need to get the fuck up out of here.
Mo, let me ask you a question. What do you think? So you said you saw a piece of the video, right?
I just heard a little bit at the end.
So what do you think should happen with kids like that? Like how do people, should people react? How should it be like, okay, I don't know. What do you think should happen to kids that do stuff like, because clearly they've done this before. Because they go and, you know, fill up their Dollar Tree bags and walk out, or try to walk out of the store. And this is like, I would wager that they weren't even strategic with it at all. It wasn't like, okay, hide from the cameras or sneak this in your pocket or none of that. They just, I think, because I didn't see the video, I think they were just going in there, putting stuff in their bag and tried to walk out.
But to me, that is, where are their parents? If they, because them kids, I think we're talking about, I know what video y'all talking about now. The kids were like, what, 8, 9, 10, 11, something like that?
It had to be like,
Yeah, probably in that range.
yeah, 8, 9,
Okay,
10.
so where is your mother or your father at? Where is the parent? Where is the guardian at?
Apparently, the sister, they had an older sister. You never responded to that video.
And she was just as ignorant as they were, wasn't it?
Right. and she's older, like, you know.
And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes, like they say, how they say it, everybody not going to be able to go. Some people won't just have to get the fuck up out of here. Everybody, like, because sometimes you can't tell, like, no matter how much you do, you give a motherfucker this, you try to help a motherfucker with that. But like they say, the game is to be sold, not to be told, because you're wasting a motherfucking time. So you can't just keep telling the motherfucker this, telling the motherfucker that, and motherfuckers not, you know, just motherfuckers just got to go. You got to end that bloodline. You got to go. You got to go. Because you can't tell them nothing. Motherfuckers, all that, whoop, 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 you can't tell them nothing. Motherfuckers don't want to listen. So what are we going to do? We're going to just keep telling you and just keep letting you do it and keep letting, no, we got to go. I know it might sound harsh or what I'm saying or whatnot like that, but I know y'all feel me. Y'all probably thinking the same. Motherfucker just got to go. It's plain and simple. How they say, you can shoot them motherfuckers to Mars or something. We go to Mars and leave them on Earth. We got to do something, but they got to go because they're not going to learn their lesson. Motherfuckers going to still do the same thing.
Okay. Y'all got anything else? Because I got something that I want y'all opinions on.
Yeah, I got about 5 to 10 more minutes, then I'm going to get up out of here.
Yeah, I wanted to, because I you said you had to go. I want to hear your opinion about this.
Okay, and don't do none of my motherfucking my things I sent you neither, nigga. I'm going to see you when I get back.
No, I ain't going to do that.
All right.
All right. So,
Trey, every day, what's up, brother? There you over there sitting looking real country. Dude, what's going on? I say you looking real country. Dude. You like around there. You looking real country right now.
Nah, baby, they sell these at the store.
I know. I'm just saying, like you just sit back there with your head, like you done did a couple things. I can't show my eyes right now. I don't want nobody to really recognize me.
Oh no, man, I'm just cooling, man. Cooling.
Boston was what's up? I'm waiting on Spaces to pull whatever he was pulling up.
Yeah, Boston was cool. Boston, I gotta go back.
Oh, it was what's happening.
Yeah, I like Boston.
You just don't know. I wish you would have never said. And then a day later, boy, I'd have been right there with. I was telling my wife that. I was like, well, I'm supposed to be down there with them, right?
Yeah. I think what happens, just real quick about Boston, I think it gets such a bad rap for supposedly being racist, and to me, all cities is, you got people that's gonna be racist, right? We live in Chicagoland area, one of the most segregated cities in America. So, I think people should just give other cities a try and go check it out. What I did notice, it was a lot of black. You didn't have quote unquote African Americans there like that. Like you didn't. It was, what I'm saying. You just really didn't see them.
Shit, the money ain't there. You just said 1,000 square foot home for 1.5, nigga. The money ain't there. That's what the niggas say.
Well, you know what it was? So I guess the historically black area of Boston is the area called Roxbury, right, where New Edition was from, and kind of like what we're seeing, experiencing here with the Venezuelans, how they use the Venezuelans to kind of move a lot of blacks from, in those South Side neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. I think that really happened with the Dominicans that they allow, because there's a lot of Dominicans up there, a lot of Dominicans, and they use them, basically move them into Roxbury, the black neighborhood, and now it's majority Dominican, and a lot of the blacks have probably moved else out of state somewhere.
All right, so I want to get you guys' opinion about this.